Hey everybody, happy 2020, woo! This is Tabitha Jane coming to you live, and I hope that y'all had an amazing New Year's Eve and ending to 2019, closure to a really tough decade, and that 2020 has started off incredible and amazing for you. I wanted to come to you and I want to share some things that I have been learning about myself. Um, and as we embark on this new year, on this new decade, on this new era, how can we be more aware? How can we have an understanding and insight into the narcissist that, let's just get real, they're really predominant in our society and our culture. It's just the truth. So I wanted to share something with you in all of my digging up research. Because, seriously, I was born into narcissism, born into a narcissistic family. It has been my norm. And as a result, I have perpetuated the cycle in my own life, my own relationships, pretty much the last 46 years. This last year, I've totally withdrawn. And other than, my online interactions, I pretty much don't. Because I've been working on myself, healing myself, learning about myself. And now I'm in a place where I can share without, I'm not going to say it doesn't hurt, but it doesn't wound me. Okay, if that makes sense. So I want to help you because I really didn't know. And I don't know who else out there doesn't know, but you're confused because that was my whole damn life. My whole life was a place of confusion. I didn't understand. So I want to share. So I pulled up from the Mayo Clinic. And you all can go out there and do this too. Literally, narcissistic personality disorder. Now, I'm going to caveat. I'm going to read to you what they say about the narcissistic personality disorder. But what I've also learned is not everybody has a disorder. A lot of people have the traits. And so that's where it gets a little bit sneaky. And I'll be sharing with you guys my experiences because, like I said, it's not that it doesn't hurt, but it doesn't leave me wounded. So I feel like I'm now in a place where I can share my own experiences. So, okay, what the Mayo Clinic has to say is their overview. It's one of several types of personality disorders. It is a mental condition in which people have an inflated sense of their own importance, a deep need for excessive attention and admiration, troubled relationships, and a lack of empathy for others. Behind the mask of extreme confidence lies a fragile self-esteem that's vulnerable to the slightest criticism. Y'all, I gotta say, my whole life, this is spot on. This is why I chose to share this with you because all of my experiences, all of my relationships, starting with my stepdad as a child, my stepmom as a child, my romantic relationships, and even the majority of my female friendships. This is spot on. So it is legit, at least from my perspective. I don't know. Maybe you all have a different take, but a narcissistic personality disorder causes problems in many areas of life, such as relationships, work, school, or financial affairs. People with, I'm going to call it NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, because it's kind of getting to be a mouthful. So people with NPD may have generally unhappy and maybe generally unhappy and disappointed when they're not given special favors or admiration they believe they deserve. They may find their relationships unfulfilling, and others may not enjoy being around them. The treatment for NPD centers around talk therapy, psychotherapy. Okay, so here's some symptoms. And again, this is just kind of, create an awareness, because I had no flipping clue. I just lived my life totally in a state of confusion. I mean, these people, my personal interactions with people who had these symptoms, they came across as sincere. They came across as people who intended well, just couldn't get their shit together for nothing. And they were so wounded and so needy. And I was raised codependent, so guess what? I was the perfect. I was perfect for them, because that's what I knew. That was my life. That was my reality. That was my whole existence, is just to feed and nurture and build them. But yet I was always in a state of confusion. I didn't know. So that's why I want to share with you guys. Okay, so symptoms. Enough about me. Signs and symptoms of NPD, and the severity of symptoms may vary. So this is absolutely true. People with this disorder may exhibit these symptoms. They have an exaggerated sense of self-importance. They have a sense of entitlement and require constant, excessive admiration. They may expect to be recognized as superior even without achievements that warrant it. They exaggerate their achievements and their talents. They are preoccupied with fantasies about success, power, brilliance, beauty, or the perfect mate. They may believe they are superior and can only associate with others who are equally special people. Let's see. They monopolize conversations and belittle or look down on people they perceive as inferior. They expect special favors with unquestioning compliance with their expectations. Oh my God, don't ever question. If you want to know if someone is a narcissist, ask a question. Right then and there. That's like, seriously. They can't handle it. They take advantage of others to get what they want. They have an inability or unwillingness to recognize the needs and feelings of others. They are envious of others and believe that others envy them. Back to that whole superiority complex. They behave in arrogant or haughty manner, coming across as conceited, boastful, and pretentious. And they insist on having the best of everything. For instance, the best car, best office, best house. At the same time, people with narcissistic personality disorder have trouble handling anything they perceive as criticism. You know, they become angry or impatient when they don't receive special treatment. They have significant interpersonal problems and are easily feel slighted. They react with rage or contempt and try to belittle the other person to make themselves appear superior. They have difficulty regulating their emotions and their behavior. They experience major problems dealing with stress and adapting to change. They're often depressed and moody because they fall short of perfection. They have secret feelings of insecurity, shame, vulnerability, and humiliation. And the list goes on and on. So here I'm going to share with you a little bit about my own personal experiences with these dynamics and relationships. One, I see them as wounded. They're deeply wounded. It stems from every relationship I've ever had. I can look back and reflect what I knew about the individual. It stemmed from childhood, or it stemmed from adolescence, the teenage years. There was some kind of bullying. There was some kind of something that intricately, it just destroyed them. And their way of coping was to overcompensate. And they never healed, and so they've continued this as they go on into life. They also they cannot self-reflect, because looking at themselves means they have to have an awareness, and that's not on their radar, because that means that they have to actually take ownership and heal. But that also, that's totally counterintuitive to their arrogance and their self-importance. So I'm trying to think what else. I would like to initiate a series of discussions, because I do believe that this is super prevalent in our society and culture. I've mentioned this a couple times before, and it's not just on like an interpersonal relationship level. We're not limited to that. We are businesses, our society at large. This is the predominant what's the word I want? This is the attitude that is being portrayed as one that we should admire and respect, and no, we should not. You know, manipulation, lies, twisting truth, you know, making people question themselves. That's not healthy. Yet that's become our norm in society. So is it really so surprising that our individual interpersonal relationships have emulated and reflected that? So I would like to create an awareness. I would like to create a perspective, a paradigm shift, where we realize that not only on an individual basis, but also on a societal level, we're being manipulated. We are being brainwashed. We're being shamed. We're being pushed in places and in areas that really, truly, we don't want to be. But again, like I said, I was born into this. So until recently, I had no concept. It was my norm. So when I look at it from that perspective, I think, well, who else doesn't even realize? And until we wake up, until we have an awareness, until we actually stop and look and say, you know what? We're not messed up. We're actually okay. It's everybody else. And it is. Is it normal? Is it really normal? Okay, let me put it this way to you. If you have a really good friend and y'all have these plans, and that really good friend comes to you and says, you know what? Hey, you know, I got a sick kid at home and I just can't. Would you be upset with that friend? No, you wouldn't. You'd be like, I am so sorry your child's sick. Yeah, go do what you got to do. But when you're dealing with a narcissist, they come back at you and it's like, well, can't you hire a babysitter? Where's your spouse? Why can't they do it? You know, that's not normal. That's not healthy. But that is just a little example. And that's what we deal with. And is that okay? No, it's not. But we've been brainwashed that we should accept it and take it and be all right with it. Eat shit and be all right with it. Because that's what a good girl does. That's what a good boy does. No. You need to love you and you need to respect you. And anybody else who loves you and respects you will also be okay with you being you. All right, guys. I would love to hear your feedback, your thoughts. And, you know, if you have some comments, I would love to hear your stories. I mean, what kind of weird experiences have you guys had? I'd like to know. Because I really think that by having an awareness, by sharing, like I said, I couldn't talk about this before because it hurt so much. You know, and I'm not saying it doesn't hurt, but it doesn't tear me apart anymore. And so I can talk about these things. And if you can talk, please share. I'd love to hear your stories. And if you would like help healing, please do reach out to me. I can help you. I can help you heal where you're wounded in your heart and in your soul. I can help you with that. And like I said, it doesn't take away what was, but it makes it so it doesn't control you. And that's my gift to you. Yeah, it's a gift, a free gift. If I can help you, please let me know. All right, guys, have an amazing, happy new year. I hope 2020 is just incredible and beautiful for you. And let me know how I can help you, because I really genuinely do care, and I would like to. All right, guys, love you much, and talk to you soon. Bye.